Welcome everyone. Thank you for joining EmoNews this evening, the 16th of September 2025. I'm your presenter, Rick Francis, and it's good to be with you this evening. Let's take a look at tonight's headlines. Discover Dominica Authority promotes destination and World Creole Music Festival in Guadeloupe. Prime Minister of St. Lucia announces second consecutive December bonus for civil servants. Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines move towards full free movement on the 1st October 2025. Elon Musk buys $1 billion worth of Tesla shares. And Dominica falls 2-0 to St. Vincent in women's football return.
Dominica, get ready. The Flavors of the World Festival is on. Sunday, September 20th from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the stadium forecourt. Get ready for a day of music, international local cuisine, and culture. Let your taste buds travel to China, Venezuela, India, Cuba, Jamaica, Haiti, Nigeria, Dominica, all in one afternoon while you are entertained with electrifying performances from Dominica's best entertainers with inflictions of music from international cultures. Tickets now at Bullseye Pharmacy, Deepex Scholar Lab, Next Connects, or online at ticketpass.com. VIP $250, children $5 to $12, $20, students $50, and adults $100. Come for the food and stay for the vibes. It's the Flavors of the World Festival, September 20th from 2 to 9 p.m. Stadium forecourt. You've got to be there. It's an experience.
Welcome back everyone. Up first in local news, the Dominica State College, DSC, recently hosted a Unity Praise and Worship gathering under the theme Bridging the Gap, Building Together. The event, held at the Rotunda during the activity period, brought together management, faculty, staff, and students in a spirit of fellowship. The program featured vibrant praise and worship, scripture readings, and collective prayers, with a special focus on the unity among students and leadership. A highlight was a reflection on 1 Corinthians 12:12, reminding participants that just as one body has many parts, each person plays a vital role in the DSC community. The gathering ended with a unifying corporate song, leaving attendees inspired and reaffirming the message that together the DSC family builds and thrives as one. Discover Dominica Authority, DDA, advanced its regional marketing efforts this week with a promotional activation in Guadeloupe, highlighting both the island's tourism offerings and the upcoming World Creole Music Festival, WCMF. The initiative is part of a September 8 to 13 mission to Guadeloupe and Martinique. On September 9, the delegation hosted a media cocktail at Hotel La Creole Beach in Gauzier. The event attracted more than 50 stakeholders, including representatives from the regional council, top media professionals, and the French consul, Clayton Shillingford. Guests were treated to a special performance by Shelley of Signal Band, offering a preview of the bouillon rhythms that will be featured at the festival. The delegation included Sobers Esprit, Deputy Chairman of the DDA Board of Directors, Marva Williams, CEO of the DDA and Director of Tourism, Leroy Charles, Cultural Ambassador, and Iodel Andrew, Festival and Events Manager, DDA. Presentations showcase Dominica's eco-adventure experiences, culinary offerings, historic landmarks, and Kainago culture. The team also introduced the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival, set for October 24 to 26, 2025, at Windsor Park Sports Stadium in Roseau.
Guadeloupe is a vital partner for Dominica, and this activation allows us to strengthen those cultural and the tourism connections. At the media cocktail, we were able to share the richness of Dominica, from our eco-adventures and historic sites to the warmth of our people and our Kalinago heritage. We also introduced the 25th edition of the World Creole Music Festival, our Jubilee year, taking place October 24th to 26th. The response here has been very positive, and we are excited to welcome our Guadeloupean neighbors to experience both the nature island and this milestone celebration of Creole music and culture.
In addition to the cocktail event, the delegation engaged in broadcast and print interviews with Canal 10, Guadeloupe Premiere, France Antilles, RCI, and other major outlets. These appearances ensured wide coverage across Guadeloupe's media landscape. The promotional campaign continues in Martinique with a media cocktail at Hotel Simon in Fort-de-France. The World Creole Music Festival, first staged in 1997, is one of the Caribbean's leading cultural celebrations. The 2025 Silver Anniversary edition will feature regional icons and international stars across 3 nights of performances. In a major step towards deeper regional integration, 4 CARICOM countries, Barbados, Belize, Dominica, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, will implement full free movement among themselves starting October 1, 2025. This means that citizens of these nations will be able to live, work, travel, and stay indefinitely in any of the 4 without needing work permits or residency documents. They'll also gain access to emergency and primary health care, as well as public education within the capacity of the host country. The move follows a decision made at the 49th regular meeting of CARICOM heads of government earlier this year and is part of a new enhanced cooperation initiative under the revised Treaty of Chagaramas. Unlike the broader CARICOM single market and economy, which offers limited free movement based on skill categories, this agreement allows for unrestricted movement among the 4 participating nations, setting a potential model for deeper integration across the region. A heartwarming tradition continues this year as Living Word Faith Ministries in Brooklyn, New York, founded by Goodwill native Dr. Alwyn Austrie, partners once again with Dr. Kerwin Gibbs to donate school supplies to students in need. Through their local liaison, Joel Hamilton, 40 students athletes, including members of the Goodwill Runners Football Academy, received brand new backpacks filled with essential school items. For nearly a decade, the ministry has been dedicated to supporting education and empowering young minds. Dr. Gibbs, a Dominican-born physician, carries on this mission in memory of his late mother. And their efforts don't end with back-to-school support each Christmas. They also bring joy to children by distributing toys during the holiday season. Together, they're making a lasting impact, one child at a time. And now for regional news. The Global Sustainable Tourism Council and the Aquila Center for Cruise Excellence have partnered to promote sustainable tourism in the cruise sector. The focus is on training tour operators and guides to improve the quality and sustainability of shore excursions. Both groups will offer their programs at preferred rates, making professional development more accessible and impactful for cruise destinations worldwide. The 2 organizations will collaborate on participant feedback and shared communications, and are exploring co-branded training journeys to support continuous improvement across the tourism value chain. The Investment Migration Agency of Grenada, IMA Grenada, has formally approved and adopted its Anti-Money Laundering AML and Countering the Financing of Terrorism CFT policy and procedure, aligning with European Union requirements and other leading international standards. This milestone underscores IMA Grenada's commitment to preserving the integrity of Grenada's citizenship by investment program and protecting stakeholders from the risks associated with money laundering and terrorist financing. By embedding rigorous AML and CFT measures, the agency strengthens its compliance framework, aligning with international best practices for transparency accountability, and good governance. Chief Executive Officer Thomas Anthony stated, implementing this policy is a clear demonstration of our proactive approach to governance and risk management. It strengthens our credibility with international partners and assures investors that Grenada's program operates to the highest levels of accountability. IMA Grenada remains fully committed to protecting Grenada's reputation, safeguarding our international partners, and contributing to the global fight against financial crime. The AML CFT policy and procedure will take immediate effect and be fully integrated into the agency's operation. The policy will be integrated across the agency with staff training, enhanced compliance procedures, and system for ongoing monitoring and review. Annual updates will ensure the policy stays in line with global best practices. This move reinforces IMA Grenada's commitment to safeguarding the integrity of Grenada's investment migration sector. Now let's take a look at St. Lucia. Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierre has confirmed that civil servants will once again receive a special bonus with their December 2025 salaries. The Prime Minister made the announcement during the 37th Annual General Meeting of the Castries East constituency, where he underscored his government's commitment to workers and families. For the first time in St. Lucia's history, civil servants will receive consecutive December bonuses under this administration, an unprecedented development in the treatment of the public service. In December 2024, the government of St. Lucia granted each civil servant a $500 bonus. Extending the initiative into 2025 demonstrates the administration's continued recognition of the invaluable contributions of public officers in maintaining essential services and advancing national development. This measure also reflects the government's determination to place workers and families at the center of its national priorities. And now moving on to international news, Pope Leo XIV has condemned the vast disparity between executive and worker pay, pointing to Elon Musk's trillion-dollar compensation package at Tesla as an example of growing inequality. In his first media interview, the American-born pontiff noted that CEOs once earned 4 to 6 times more than their employees, compared with today's ratio of up to 600 to 1. If that is the only thing that has value anymore, then we're in big trouble, he said. Leo, who turned 70 on Sunday, also reflected on his steep learning curve as Pope, his hopes for peace in Ukraine, and concerns that the United Nations has lost its unifying role. Elected in May, he is the first American Pope and has pledged to continue Pope Francis' focus on social justice issues while bringing his own perspective shaped by years in Peru. Tornadoes ripped through southeastern Utah over the weekend, destroying at least 3 homes but causing no reported injuries, according to the Navajo Police Department and Navajo Nation President Bu Negen. Authorities said some livestock and pets remain unaccounted for. The twisters formed Saturday afternoon near Montezuma Creek, close to the Utah-Colorado border. Photos shared by police showed dramatic funnel clouds and remains of flattened homes. The National Weather Service said 2 tornadoes touched down within an hour in San Juan County, each with path likely under 10 miles. Tornadoes are rare in the area, with only 2 confirmed since 1950. A survey to determine their strength is expected Monday. 7 people were killed and 4 wounded in a suspected gang attack at a pool hall in Santo Domingo, Ecuador, late Friday, police said. Videos on social media showed masked gunmen opening fire as patrons played billiards. Police believe the shooting was linked to territorial disputes between organized crime groups. Ecuador has become a hub for drug trafficking and contract killings with ties to international cartels. The incident marks the fourth such massacre in recent weeks. In August, 7 were killed in another Santo Domingo pool hall, while a July attack in General Villamil Playas left 9 dead. Also in international news, Tesla shares surge over 5% Monday morning after CEO Elon Musk disclosed he purchased more than 2.5 million shares, an investment worth roughly $1 billion. The move is being seen as a strong vote of confidence in the company's future. It follows news of a proposed pay package that could make Musk the world's first trillionaire if Tesla hits a series of ambitious performance targets over the next decade. The deal, paid entirely in stock, would grant Musk up to 12% of the company if approved by shareholders and if Tesla delivers major gains in production, profit, and stock price. And that's all for international news. Stay tuned for the sports segment after the short message.
From 5 numbers to financial freedom. Who will be the first Match 5 winner? Match 5, Dominica wins.
Welcome to the sports segment. Dominica's senior women's national football team made a long-awaited return to regional play on Sunday, facing St. Vincent in the WIFA tournament after a 6-year break. Despite a strong defensive effort, Dominica fell 2-0 to the host. St. Vincent took the lead in the 27th minute and sealed the win with a second goal late in the match. Dominican goalkeeper Diamond Daniel impressed with key saves, keeping her team in the game, but the Vincentians proved too strong in the end. Team captain Alian George commended the goalie, but stressed there is more work to be done. Meanwhile, coach Ronnie Gustave said his side did not deliver as expected. Coach Gustave also noted that the team has great potential to do well in the competition. In preparation for the next match, he said the team will be working on a few strategies. The Mero Under-15 football team claimed the championship title on September 7, 2025 in the Honorable Darren Lloyd Football League held in St. Joseph. They secured the victory with a 3-1 win over the St. Joseph Boys and Girls Club. Team captain Jaquan Larocque stood out by earning the MVP award, along with honors for Best Attacker and Top Goal Scorer, having netted an impressive 13 goals throughout the tournament. Coach Miss Martha Sablo shared in the excitement of the triumph, attributing the team's success to hard work, solid defense, outstanding goalkeeping, and the collective effort of the player. Congratulations to the Mero Under-15 team on their well-deserved victory as they continue to rise and inspire. The Dominica Amateur Volleyball Association has officially named its 10-man squad for the upcoming 2025 ECVA Men's Final Four tournament, set to take place in Antigua from September 19 to 21. The team will be led by Captain Jan Flora and head coach Itoma James. Dominica will face off against Grenada, St. Lucia, and host nationwide Antigua and Barbuda as they compete for the ECVA Championship title. And that's all for the sports segment this evening. Stay tuned for the weather report from the Dominica Meteorological Service.
Good day to you. This is the weather broadcast from the main studio at GMIT for today, September 16th, 2025. We start off today by taking a look at the conditions in the tropical Atlantic, and we find near 42 degrees west, a tropical wave and its associated area of low pressure has a high chance of development over the next day or two. Upon development, based on current model projections, This system is expected to move west-northwestward and skirting the northern Lesser Antilles or skirting just north of the Lesser Antilles over the weekend. Additionally, we will also be monitoring a tropical wave which has just exited the West African coast and will also find itself in the central tropical Atlantic, which is very much conducive for tropical cyclone development at this time. So we'll continue to monitor the progress and development of these waves as they move across the tropical Atlantic and provide you with updates as they become available. We move on now to our satellite imagery for today. And here in the center tropical Atlantic, we find our area of low pressure of interest near 42 degrees west. And this we find that the mass of clouds associated with this system has become more organized over the last 24 hours. As we come a little closer to the Lesser Antilles, today the area is being affected by a tropical wave, which is located near 56 degrees west and is expected to move across the area tonight. Moisture associated with this wave is finding itself or has found itself under a mid to upper level trough, which is also across the area and is providing support for further enhancement of clouds which are moving across the area. So as we zoom in a little closer to home, we find that skies are partly cloudy to cloudy across the island today, with more sunshine occurring over western communities. But as we look over the open water around the island, we see those pockets of enhanced clouds forming cumulonimbus clouds or thunderstorm clouds. These have been popping up, as I said, mainly over open water throughout the morning so far. And as we move on to our radar imagery, we find that for the day so far, apart from a few early morning showers, just some isolated pockets have been occurring. And we find that most of the shower activity as a result of the instability in the area, those have been occurring over open water with some moderate showers. No Saharan dust is being observed today, but based on model projections, we do anticipate a slight increase in concentration tomorrow, and this is expected to linger into Friday. So those of you with respiratory sensitivities, do be on the alert for the change in air quality over the next few days. So tonight, as the tropical wave moves across the island, we do expect an increase in cloudiness and shower activity with some moderate showers and an increase in the chance of thunderstorm activity. Temperature is expected to be down to about 24 degrees Celsius in western and eastern communities and 22 degrees Celsius in the interior. We do have a yellow alert for tonight as a result of the forecast for thunderstorm activity. These conditions are expected to persist into tomorrow, Wednesday, as moisture continues to linger across the area. So tomorrow, Wednesday, the weather is expected to be mostly cloudy with scattered showers, some of which could be moderate, possibly even heavy at times in certain areas, and a possible thunderstorm as well. By Thursday, we expect a decrease in shower activity and intensity, becoming even drier into Friday as we have that dust haze lingering as well. Additionally, winds are expected to be light over the next 3 days, becoming even lighter into Friday as the tropical wave of interest near the Lesser Antilles. We do expect our winds to slack off. So this slacking off of the winds and high temperatures during the daytime, peaking near about 34, 33 degrees Celsius. We do expect that some isolated thunderstorms could develop during the afternoon periods on Thursday and Friday. Seas right now are peaking to about 5 feet in the eastern coastal waters, and we do expect those conditions, those relatively nice sea conditions, to persist into Friday. The sun will rise tomorrow at 5:54 a.m. and will set at 6:05 p.m. The first high tide tomorrow will be at 12:36 a.m. and the first low tide at 7:56 a.m. Do remember that for updated information, you can join us in our WhatsApp channel and you can gain access by scanning this QR code or visit our Facebook or Instagram platforms at Dominica Met or visit our website at weather.gov.dm. Do remember to continue to stay informed and to be prepared. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time.
And that concludes tonight's broadcast. Thank you for joining us at EmoNews every moment online. I'm Rick Francis, and it's been a pleasure. Have a safe and restful night.